Speak Up. Your English Vlog Journey. Introduction. Do you want to speak English better and feel more sure of yourself? Sometimes, when you talk, the words don't come out right. Or you have a great idea, but feel shy to share it in English because you are afraid of making mistakes. Many people learning English feel this way. You might study a lot, but your speaking doesn't get better as fast as you want. But what if you could change that? What if learning to speak English could be fun and something you like doing? Picture yourself talking in English with a smile, sharing your thoughts easily, and feeling happy about how much you've learned. Today, it's easy to share what we think with people everywhere. We can connect with others around the world using videos. This is where vlogging comes in. A vlog is a video where you talk about things you care about. You can talk about your day, your favorite hobby, a book, or what you think about something. It's like having a friendly talk that you record. This simple act of talking on video can help your English a lot. Vlogging gives you a safe place to practice speaking English whenever you want. As you make more videos, you will feel more comfortable sharing your ideas. The best part is you can watch yourself. You can hear your voice, see when you stop to think, and notice the mistakes you make. You might not even know you're making them when you're just talking. This book, Speak Up. Your English Vlog Journey, will be your helpful guide. It will show you how making and sharing your own videos is a great way to improve your English speaking, feel more confident, and find your own mistakes, all while making your learning an active adventure. We call this vlogging for language learning. It means making and sharing videos about your life, your interests, or your hobbies to get better at speaking English. It's about changing from just listening or reading to actively creating and speaking. You're not just getting English, you're using it, thinking in English, making sentences, and saying them out loud. And because your vlogs are about you, your life, your interests, learning feels important and exciting. This personal connection keeps you going. Watching your own videos is like having a personal English teacher with you all the time. You become your own editor, finding problems with how you say words, grammar mistakes, or awkward phrases. Being able to find and fix your own mistakes helps you learn fast. Think of your speaking skill like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Vlogging gives your speaking muscles regular exercise. You might think, I'm not good at speaking, or I don't have a fancy camera. Don't worry. This book is for everyone. You don't need special equipment or perfect English to start. The most important thing is that you want to try. In the next chapters, we will tell you everything you need to know. We'll start with easy things, like how to begin with simple equipment you probably already have. We'll help you think of vlog ideas you really like. You'll learn useful tips for speaking more clearly and with more confidence. You'll also find ways to find and fix your own mistakes. We'll talk about how to stop feeling nervous and how to enjoy making videos. By the end of this journey with us, you won't just be learning English, you'll be using it. You'll have videos that show how you've improved, your own special way of speaking, and how your English is getting better. So, are you ready to go beyond learning English and start speaking it with confidence and joy? Are you ready to start your own English vlog journey? Let's begin. 1. Sharing your world through videos. Learning a new language is like opening a door to a new way of seeing the world. The most exciting part is knowing you already have what you need to start practicing. Yes, everything. Your life, what you do each day, and the things you love are perfect for your English videos. You don't need to go far away or have big news. Your own world is interesting enough. Think about what you did this morning. Maybe you woke up, made coffee, and looked outside. Perhaps your pet does something funny, or you like a certain kind of music. Do you have a favorite meal to cook or a park you visit on the weekend? These simple moments are great for your English videos. When you talk about things you know and care about, your English sounds more natural. It's like talking to a friend. This makes it easier to hear yourself speak, to notice when you pause, or when a word doesn't sound quite right. It's a kind way to see your English working. Let's think about Maria. Maria loved to read. After finishing a book, she had many feelings, but when she tried to tell about the story or her feelings in English, the words felt stuck. She worried about making mistakes or sounding silly. She practiced sentences in her head, but when she tried to speak, her mind went blank. One day she decided to try making videos. She chose a book she had just read, a simple story about a young girl finding a secret garden. She sat down, turned on her phone, and just started talking. She didn't try to be perfect. She just showed the cover, then talked about the main person, and then said why she felt a connection to her. She pointed to parts of the book as she talked. It wasn't a perfect show, but it was her. Later, when Maria watched her video, she heard herself say, "I feel very happy when I read," and then she stopped. She knew she could have said "I felt very happy" because she was talking about finishing the book. She also heard herself say good many times. This book is good, the person is good, the end is good. She thought, I need more words to say what things are like. Maybe interesting, exciting, moving, or captivating. This was her big idea moment. By talking about something she loved, her English mistakes became clear, not as mistakes, but as chances to learn. She wasn't just learning words. She was using them in a real, personal way. This helped her remember them. This is the main idea of making videos to learn language. It means using your own life, what you like, and what you think as the things to practice your English. The main definition says, it's about making and sharing videos about your life, what you like, or your hobbies too. Get better at speaking English. It helps you feel comfortable, hear yourself, find mistakes, and feel more sure of yourself. It changes learning from something you just do to something you make. So, what simple parts of your life can you easily turn into a short video topic? Think about what you do in the morning. You can show yourself making breakfast, say what ingredients you use, and tell why you like that food. This helps you practice verbs for now and words that describe things. Or maybe you have a hobby, like drawing, sewing, or playing music. You can show what you are making, talk about the tools you use, and say what you enjoy about it. This is a good way to learn and use words about your hobbies. Even your learning journey can be a video topic. You can make a video about a new English word you learned that day, how you learned it, and how you will use it. Or you can talk about a problem you had while studying and how you fixed it. This not only helps you practice English, but also helps you remember what you learned and feel more sure that you can learn. How can you use talking about your own experiences to practice specific English grammar or words? Let's go back to Maria and her book. She wanted to practice past tense verbs because she was talking about a story that was finished. She could have said, "Yesterday, I finished reading this book. It was so interesting. The main person found a secret garden." See how the verbs are all in the past. By choosing to talk about something that happened in the past, she was naturally practicing past tense. Another example, imagine you want to practice using words that show where things are like in, on, under, next to. You could make a video about your desk or your room. You can say, "My notebook is on the desk. My pen is in the pencil case. The lamp is next to the computer." You are saying where things are, and by doing this, you are naturally using and remembering these important small words. This isn't hard practice, it's natural use. Maybe you want to practice words that compare things like bigger, smaller, the biggest, the smallest. You could make a video comparing two things you have. This cup is bigger than that one. This book is heavier than that magazine. This is the tallest plant in my room. You are noticing things in your world, and this lets you use grammar in a way that makes sense. The important thing is to connect your English practice to something you are really doing or experiencing. Now, let's talk about feeling shy or worried. It's normal to feel a little shy or unsure when you first start recording yourself. You might worry about what others will think or if your English is good enough. This is where making videos about yourself is very helpful. You are not trying to win an award for making movies. You are not performing for many people unless you want to later. When you start, you can just record for yourself. You are your own audience. Think of it like this. When you learn to ride a bike, you might move unsteadily, you might fall, but you get up and you try again. Making videos is like that. Your first few videos might feel a bit wobbly. You might say words wrong or forget what you wanted to say. That's completely fine. The good thing is that you can watch it again, laugh at yourself gently, and learn. You don't have to show it to anyone unless you want to. The goal is to get better, not to have others praise you. Sharing your own videos helps you feel more confident because you get used to it. The more you talk about your own life, what you like, what you think, the more comfortable you become with the English you use to say these things. You start to build your own list of words, a collection of sentences that feel right to you. For example, if you love gardening, you will learn to talk easily about your plants, the soil, the weather, and what you do in the garden. This confidence then helps you in other ways of speaking. The power of connecting with yourself, even at first, is a big help. When you have something you want to say, even if it's just "this is my cat and he is sleeping," it gives you a reason to speak clearly and think about your words. This feeling of having a purpose, wanting to share a part of your world, can be a strong reason to improve your spoken English. You want to be understood, so you will naturally try to say your thoughts better. Remember, the best thing about making videos about yourself to learn a language is that there is very little pressure. You are not performing for a group. You are practicing for yourself. The reward is real and very personal, real improvement in your speaking and a growing feeling of confidence. It's a journey to discover yourself, both your world and your voice in English. So, what's next? You have your everyday life, your passions, your thoughts, and they are all perfect things for your English videos. You have started to see how talking about your own experiences can be a direct way to practice specific grammar and words. You have also learned about getting past those first worries by focusing on how making videos about yourself is a low-pressure way to learn. Now that we know what you can share, the next step is to think about how you can share it. Well, we will look at the simple tools and ways that will help you start and make sure your videos are not just recordings, but a strong way to learn. 2. Speak English with confidence. It is a strange thing, confidence. One moment you feel strong, like you can do anything. The next, just thinking about speaking English can make your tummy feel wobbly. If you have ever felt a little nervous before talking, or worried that your English is not good enough, you are not the only one. Many people learning a new language feel this way. We hear others speak so easily and it seems like something we can never do. But what if I told you that making your own videos, your own vlogs, is one of the best ways to build that inner strength and speak with real confidence? Think about this. We often worry about what others will think. Will they understand me? Will I say something wrong? Will I sound funny? These worries can feel like heavy rocks, stopping us from even trying. But when you start vlogging, something wonderful happens. You are not trying to impress a crowd of strangers. You are talking to yourself, or rather, you are talking to a future you, or maybe a kind person who will see your video later. This small change in who you are talking to can make you feel much freer. Just pressing the record button is a promise. It means you have decided to say something. You are taking a step forward. Even before you watch the video again, just thinking about what you want to say, putting your thoughts in order, and speaking them out loud starts to break down that wall of worry. It is like putting your toe in the water. You feel the temperature, getting used to it, without jumping into the deep end. You are practicing the physical act of speaking English, the sounds, the flow, how your mouth moves. Doing this again and again starts to make it feel less strange and more normal. Every time you finish a short recording, it is a quiet, personal win. Then comes the part where you actually watch yourself. This can feel a bit odd at first, I know. It is like meeting someone new, but it is really you. But as you watch, you see something powerful. You are talking. You are putting your thoughts into English words and sounds. You might notice a word you said wrong or a sentence that was not very clear. But you also see that you got your message across. You shared an idea. You showed a feeling. This is very important. It is real proof that you can do it. It is like seeing a picture of yourself climbing a small hill. It shows you can climb. This clear proof helps fight the doubts that say, I cannot. You can point to the screen and say, yes, I did. This is the start of believing in yourself, not just in your mind, but in what you can actually do. Seeing yourself speak is like looking in a mirror for your English. We often imagine how we sound or how we look when we speak. But watching your vlog shows you the truth. And when you see that the truth is not as scary as you thought, that is a big step. You see that you can make sentences, that your accent does not stop people from understanding, especially when you talk about things you love, and that you have a voice. Getting used to hearing your own voice speak English is a main part of confidence. It is no longer just an idea, it is a sound you know and, with practice, feel good about. Vlogging also helps you stop thinking about what might go wrong and start thinking about what you are doing right. Instead of getting stuck on what if I forget a word? Or what if they don't understand? You start to think more about what do I want to share today? Or how can I say this idea clearly? This way of thinking is the opposite of worry. Worry often comes from thinking about things that might happen later, but never do. Vlogging helps you be in the moment, think about your message now, and say it. It is like learning to drive. You do not constantly think, what if I have an accident? You focus on steering, looking, and moving forward. When you are busy doing the task, worries tend to fade away. And oh, the small successes. In your vlogs, every sentence you say clearly, every phrase you remember, every time you explain something difficult, these are all wins. You might not even notice them right away, but when you look back at your old videos, you will see them. You will see how much smoother you speak, how many more words you know, how much more comfortable you are on camera. Being able to see your own improvement is a huge confidence boost. It is like looking at old photos of yourself as a child and seeing how much you have grown. You can see the path you took, and that path shows you can do it. You do not need others to tell you that you are getting better. You can see it yourself, right on your screen. This feeling of being good enough, from yourself, is very strong. Your vlog is also your own special place to practice, a safe area where you can try new things without being judged. In a real talk, you must answer quickly and correctly. But in your vlog, you can stop, you can say it another way, you can even stop and start again. You can try new words, new ways of making sentences, and hear how they sound. You can make mistakes, and that is totally fine. In fact, it is more than fine, it is needed. Vlogging gives you the freedom to be not perfect. You can say a word wrong, use the wrong time for a verb, or stop for a long time. And when you watch it again, you can learn from it. You can see, oh, that word did not fit there, or I need to practice that verb more. Learning from your own mistakes in a place with no pressure is very effective. It is like a scientist in a lab. They try something, it does not work perfectly, they change it, and they try again. This way of learning, step by step, is how real learning happens, and vlogging is the perfect lab for your speaking skills. When you make and share your own videos, you are actively using the English language. You are not just listening or reading, you are creating. This active creation is the core of vlogging for language learning. It means you are taking charge of your learning. You are not waiting for someone else to give you the perfect phrase. You are finding it yourself by trying to say your own thoughts. This way of learning by yourself naturally builds confidence, because you are the one building your progress. Every video you make is a step towards being able to speak well. Think about Maya, who was very afraid to speak English. She loved to read and understand, but the moment she had to speak, her mind would go empty. She practiced with apps, listened to podcasts, but speaking? That felt impossible. She decided to try vlogging, starting with short videos, just 30 seconds long, about her cat. She felt silly at first. Her voice sounded shaky. She said things more than once. But she kept going. After a week, she watched her videos. She saw that, even with the pauses and the hesitations, she was talking about her cat. She was using English words to describe him. It was not perfect, but it was her. She felt a small bit of pride. The next week, she talked about her favorite book for 1 minute. She noticed she worried less about the pauses and more about explaining why she loved the story. She even used a new word she had learned. Watching that video again, she did not just see mistakes. She saw that she was getting better. She saw herself speaking English, and for the first time, it did not feel like a foreign language, it felt like her language too. This small, steady practice in her own safe space started to build a quiet strength inside her. The fear did not go away all at once, but it started to get smaller, replaced by the growing feeling that she could find her voice. This journey of vlogging is about changing that worry of what if into the power of what now. It is about understanding that every video you make, no matter how short or simple, shows your bravery and how you are getting better. You are not just learning English, you are building the confidence to use it. You are becoming the person who controls your own spoken words. As you start to feel more comfortable and sure of yourself talking on camera, you will naturally begin to notice small things you could improve. The next step in your vlog journey is to use this new confidence to actively make your spoken English better by being your own best helper. This leads us to 3. Spot and fix your mistakes. It's great to hit record, right? You've shared your thoughts, your day, maybe even a funny story. That's a big step. But here's where the real magic happens, the part that makes your video a super-powered learning tool. Your vlog is like a mirror showing you exactly how you sound when you speak English. It's not always easy to watch yourself at first. Maybe you cringe a little or you notice things you wish you'd said differently. That's totally normal. Think of it not as being judged, but as your own English lab. Every time you watch again, you get a clearer idea of where you are and where you want to go. This is the heart of vlogging for language learning. It's about making and sharing videos of your life and interests to get better at speaking English. It helps you feel more comfortable talking, lets you hear yourself and find mistakes, and builds confidence as you practice and share your thoughts. It's about making learning something active, creative, and all your own. When you first start watching yourself, it can feel a bit much. You might hear yourself stumble over words, use a word that doesn't quite fit, or pause for a long time trying to find the right phrase. It's like looking in a mirror and seeing a few things you'd like to change about how you look. But just like you can learn to style your hair differently or choose clothes that make you feel great, you can definitely learn to improve your English by paying attention to what your vlog shows you. The key here is moving from just watching your vlog to actively listening. This isn't just watching, it's detective work. You're not just enjoying your own video, you're looking for clues, little hints that show you where your English can shine even brighter. Imagine you're a detective at a crime scene. You're not just looking around. You're examining every detail, picking up clues. That's what you'll do with your vlogs. So, how do we become these super listening detectives? One of the simplest, yet most effective, ways is to slow down the playback speed of your video. Most video players have this option. Play your vlog at half speed or even slower. This makes it much easier to catch those tricky sounds or fast words that you might miss at normal speed. You can really hear the shape of your mouth as you say words and notice if you're leaving out any little sounds. Another powerful method is to focus on specific sentences or phrases that felt difficult when you were recording. Did you feel a knot in your stomach when you tried to explain something complicated? Rewind to that exact moment. Listen to it several times. What exactly felt hard? Was it a particular word? A grammar rule? Or maybe just getting the words out smoothly? You can also try watching your vlog with subtitles if your recording software provides them. This is a fantastic way to see if what you thought you said matches what you actually said. Sometimes, our brains are so busy trying to form sentences that we don't even realize we've made a mistake until we see it written down. It's like having a cheat sheet to your own speech. Let's talk about the kinds of mistakes you might hear. It helps to have a simple way to sort them, so you can focus your energy. Think of it like having different colored sticky notes for different types of problems. First, there's pronunciation. This is about how you make the sounds of English. You might notice that certain letters or combinations of letters are tricky for you. For example, the TH sound is famously difficult for many learners. You might hear yourself saying tree instead of three, or dad instead of that. Or maybe you struggle with the difference between ship and sheep. Listening closely at slower speeds will help you find these. It's not just about individual sounds, though. It's also about intonation, the rise and fall of your voice when you speak. Does your voice sound flat, or does it go up and down in a way that sounds natural in English? And stress. Which part of a word do you emphasize? For example, in the word present, if you stress the first part present, it's a gift. If you stress the second part present, it's an action. These small differences can change the meaning of words. Next, we have grammar. This is the structure of your sentences. You might notice you're consistently using the wrong verb tense. For example, you might say yesterday, I go to the park instead of yesterday, I went to the park. Or perhaps you're having trouble with prepositions. Those small words like in, on, at, to, for. You might say I am good on English instead of I am good at English. Sometimes, the whole sentence structure might feel a bit awkward. You might be translating directly from your native language, which can lead to sentences that sound unusual to a native English speaker. Then comes vocabulary. This is about the words you choose. You might find yourself using the same few words over and over again because you can't think of others. This is very common. Or you might use a word that is close in meaning but not quite right for the situation. For instance, you might say I am very exciting about the trip when you mean I am very excited about the trip. The first means you are making others excited. The second means you feel excitement. Your vlog will show you these moments where a different word would have been perfect. Finally, there's fluency and flow. This is about how smoothly your words come out. Everyone pauses sometimes when they're thinking, and that's perfectly okay. But if you notice long silences, lots of or like these are called filler words, it can sometimes interrupt the listener's understanding. The goal isn't to speak like a machine without any pauses, but to make your speaking flow in a way that feels natural and easy to follow. You'll start to notice the difference between a thoughtful pause and a hesitation that signals you're struggling to find your words. It's important to understand that noticing these things is progress, not failure. Everyone learning a new language makes mistakes. Even native speakers make mistakes. The difference is that as a language learner, you have a unique chance to hear your own voice and pinpoint exactly where you can make small, targeted improvements. Let's think about how to tell the difference between small, natural pauses and more serious fluency problems. A natural pause is like taking a breath before you speak, or a brief stop while you search for the perfect word to express a complex idea. You might hear a little or here and there, and that's fine. It shows you're thinking. A serious fluency problem, on the other hand, might be a long silence that breaks the listener's concentration, or a string of filler words that make it hard to understand your main point. It could also be a repeated stumble over a specific word or phrase, showing a struggle to form that part of the sentence. Your vlog will highlight these patterns. If you notice yourself pausing for more than a few seconds repeatedly, or if you're using filler words every few words, that's a sign that focusing on fluency might be helpful. Let's look at a couple of clear examples of common mistakes learners might discover. Imagine you're making a vlog about your weekend. You want to say, "I went to the market and bought some fruit." You watch it back and you say, "I went to the market and buy some fruit." You can see and hear it clearly now. You used the past tense went correctly, but then switched to the present tense by. This is a common mistake with verb tenses, especially when you're talking about past events. You might also notice that you said I buyed some fruit. This is an incorrect past tense form. The correct past tense of buy is bought. Hearing yourself say it makes it so much easier to remember the correct form. Here's another example. You're talking about your plans for next week. You want to say, "I need to finish my report by Friday." When you watch your vlog, you might say, "I need to finish my report on Friday." While on Friday can be correct in some situations, when you mean before or at the end of Friday, by Friday is the better word. Or you might say, "I am interested in learning more English," when the correct phrase is "I am interested in learning more English." The interesting version means you are making others feel interest, while interested means you feel interest yourself. These are small, subtle differences, but hearing them in your own voice makes them much easier to learn and correct. Once you've spotted these mistakes, the next step is to make them work for you. This is where focus practice comes in. Instead of trying to improve everything at once, which can feel like trying to climb a mountain in one go, you can focus on one or two things at a time. If you notice you're struggling with the TH sound, spend a few minutes each day practicing words with TH. Think, thank, this, that, through. If you're having trouble with past tense verbs, make a list of common irregular past tense verbs and practice using them in sentences. This is why creating a mistake log is such a valuable habit. It can be a simple notebook, a document on your computer, or even a note-taking app on your phone. Every time you watch your vlog and find a mistake, write it down. Next to it, write the correct version. For example, mistake. Yesterday, I go to the park. Correction. Yesterday, I went to the park. Mistake. I am interested in learning more English. Correction. I am interested in learning more English. Mistake. I want to travel for my vacation. When you mean in the future. Correction. I want to travel on my vacation. Or for my vacation if you mean the purpose of the vacation. Let's make this clear. If you mean the vacation itself is the time you will travel, on my vacation is better. If you mean the vacation is the reason for traveling, for my vacation could work. This shows how context matters, and your log can help you remember these details. This log becomes your personal study guide. You can look at it regularly, focusing on the areas you've identified as needing the most attention. Over time, you'll see fewer and fewer of these mistakes appearing in your new vlogs. This isn't just about learning English, it's about learning how to learn English. You're developing the crucial skill of self-correction. Think about it. If you were learning to play a musical instrument and you kept playing a wrong note, you wouldn't just keep playing it. You'd stop, figure out which note it was, and practice playing the correct one. Your vlogs give you the ability to do the same with your English. You can hear the wrong note, identify it, and then practice the correct way to say it. This ability to spot and fix your own mistakes is the secret ingredient that turns passive learning into active, faster progress. It's what will truly empower you on your English speaking journey, setting you up for even greater successes as you continue to speak up and share your voice with the world. 4. Grow your speaking skills. Making a video to share your thoughts feels like standing on a small stage. You are not just reading or listening. You are the one talking into the camera. This is why making videos is a great way to get better at speaking English. You move from just listening to actually doing. You go from learning quietly to making your own English journey. Think about it. When you listen to English or read it, you are taking information in. That is good. But when you make a video, you have to make English. You need to find the words to say what you are doing, how you feel, or what you think. You put these words into sentences, and then you say them out loud. Speaking like this is the best way to improve. It is like learning to swim by getting in the water, not just reading about it. Every time you start recording, you are giving your speaking muscles a good workout. You are practicing finding words in your mind, making sentences quickly, and letting your voice be heard. This is not just about remembering new words. It is about making your brain and your mouth work well together in English. This practice, speaking again and again, helps you speak more easily. At first, you might stop a lot. You might look for the right word, or you might say things again. This is normal. But the more videos you make, even if you don't show them to anyone, the more you get used to speaking. You start to find your own way of speaking. You will stop hesitating less. Sentences will come out more easily. It is like practicing a song. The first few times are hard, but with each practice, you get faster, smoother, and more sure of yourself. You start to feel more comfortable with the sounds and patterns of English. This repetition helps your brain connect English words and ideas faster, so you don't have to think so hard about every word. You will start to speak more like you were having a real talk, even when you were just talking to your camera. Making videos also helps you learn more words and make more interesting sentences. When you decide to talk about your day, your hobbies, or a movie, you might find you don't have the exact word you need. Maybe you want to say a sunset is very pretty, but you only know the word pretty. You will think, how can I say this better? This is a great time to learn. You will want to find new words like beautiful, bright, or amazing to describe the sunset. You might also want to explain an idea or tell a story. This will make you use different sentence types, not just simple ones. You might start using words like because, even though, or but. You might learn to talk about the past, present, and future. Your language will become richer and more varied, making it easier and more fun to share your ideas. It is like adding more colors to a picture. Your expression becomes more clear and detailed. One of the best surprises of making videos is how it helps your pronunciation and the way your voice sounds when you speak. When you speak English every day, you might not always notice how you sound. You might not hear if you say a word wrong or if your voice sounds flat. But when you record yourself, you have a special power. You can listen again. You can hear exactly how you sound. You can compare your pronunciation to how someone who speaks English as their first language says the same word. You can find the sounds that are hard for you. Maybe the TH sound is difficult, or maybe you don't stress the right part of a word. By listening to yourself, you can find these mistakes. Then you can practice those sounds or words again and again until they feel more natural. You can even use tools online that show you how to say words. This ability to fix your own mistakes is very powerful because it is made just for you and your challenges. It is like having your own pronunciation teacher with you all the time. But maybe the biggest change you will see from making videos is more confidence. The first time you make a video, it might feel a little scary. You might worry about making mistakes, about how you look, or about what others might think. This is normal for everyone learning a language. But each time you push past that fear and start recording, you become a little braver. You learn that making mistakes is okay. It is part of learning. You start to get used to seeing and hearing yourself speak English. This makes you feel more comfortable with your own voice and your ability to share your thoughts. When you finally speak to someone in real life, whether it's a friend, a teacher, or someone new, it will feel less scary. You have already faced the camera, you have already practiced speaking, and you have already heard yourself. This experience makes you stronger. It shows you that you can speak English, even when you feel a little nervous. Your confidence grows not just in your speaking, but in yourself. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria felt very shy about her English. She understood well when people spoke to her, but when it was her turn to speak, her mind went blank. Words just seemed to disappear. She tried practicing with friends, but she felt embarrassed about her mistakes. So, I told her to start making short, simple videos. Just for herself at first. She decided to make a video every day talking about what she ate for breakfast. It sounds very simple, right? But for Maria, it was a big step. The first few videos were hard. She would stop and start, her voice was quiet, and she used very simple words. She told me, I felt so silly talking to my phone, but she kept going. After a week, she started to notice something. She remembered the word scrambled for her eggs, and she used it without thinking. The next week, she decided to talk about her walk in the park. She wanted to describe the birds singing. She paused for a moment, then remembered the word chirping. She used it, and then she even said, I love the sound of birds chirping. She was so happy. She hadn't planned to say that word, it just came out. As she continued making these little breakfast and park videos, Maria found herself speaking more easily. She still made mistakes, of course. One day she meant to say it was a beautiful day, but she said it was a beauty day. She laughed when she heard it back, and then she corrected herself. She realized that hearing her own small mistakes was actually helping her. She started to listen for those moments and would then try to say the sentence correctly. She was not afraid anymore. She was curious. She wanted to learn. Slowly, Maria started making longer videos. She talked about books she was reading, simple recipes she tried, and even her favorite TV shows. She began to use more descriptive words. Instead of just good, she learned tasty, nice, and great. Her sentences became more complex. She started using phrases like I really liked it because, or even though it was raining, I still had fun. The biggest change was not just her words or her sentences, though. It was her face when she talked. The shyness began to go away. Her voice grew stronger. She started smiling more when she spoke. When she finally had a conversation with a new person in her English class, she did not freeze. She remembered all those hours she spent talking to her phone, the times she made a mistake and corrected herself, the times she found the perfect word. She felt a quiet confidence grow inside her. She knew she could speak. She knew she could share her thoughts. Making videos had given her the practice, the self-awareness, and the courage she needed to truly improve her speaking skills. The act of recording makes you work with your speaking skills in a way that just practicing in front of A mirror or talking with a friend might not. When you are in front of a mirror, no one is really watching. You can stop and start easily without feeling like someone is looking. With a friend, you talk back and forth, and your friend might kindly ignore your pauses or small mistakes too. Keep the conversation going. But the camera is different. It is a silent watcher, and in a way, it is like a potential audience. This creates a small pressure, but a good one. It makes you think more carefully about what you were saying and how you were saying it. You become more aware of your speed, your tone, and how clearly you speak. You are not just speaking, you are showing your English, even if it is just for yourself. This self-awareness is very important. It is the first step in finding the habits that might be stopping your fluency. You start to notice patterns. Do you always pause before a certain type of word? Do you tend to speak too fast when you are excited? The camera does not judge, but it does show you. And that reflection is a very useful learning tool. You can see your speaking get better by making videos in several ways, not just how you feel. One way is to time yourself. Record yourself talking about a subject for 1 minute. Do this again a few weeks later. You will likely find that you can say more in that minute. Another way is to count the number of pauses or hesitations. You can count how many times you stop in the middle of a sentence to look for a word. As you make more videos, this number should go down. You can also look at how complex your sentences are. Are you using different sentence structures? Are you connecting your ideas with words like and or but? You can even record yourself reading a short part from a book or an article. Then listen back and compare how you say the words to how someone who speaks English as their first language says them. You might notice fewer words pronounced incorrectly or a more natural way of speaking. Keeping a simple notebook where you write down these things after each video can show you clear proof of your progress. For example, you might write, "Today, I spoke for 2 minutes about my hobbies. I only paused 3 times, which is better than last week when I paused 7 times." This kind of tracking makes your learning a visible, encouraging journey. As you keep making and improving your videos, you will not only hear your English speaking skills grow, but you will also start to notice something else important, the specific parts where you struggle. This self-awareness is the first step to becoming good at your language. In the next part, we will look at how to effectively find your speaking mistakes by using your videos as a powerful tool to see what needs fixing. Conclusion: you have finished Speak Up, your English vlog journey. This is the last part. I am very happy you kept going. We learned how making and sharing your own videos, called vlogs, can help you learn English much better. We saw how vlogging can help you talk more smoothly, feel more sure of yourself, and even help you find your own mistakes. The best part of vlogging for language learning is that you do things. You don't just listen or read. You have to make English. You must think, put words together, and say them. Doing this helps you learn well. Your vlogs are like a window to your life. When you talk about your day, what you like to do, or a book you read, you use English in a way that matters to you. This makes you want to learn more. A great thing we talked about is how you can find your own mistakes. When you watch yourself, you can see things clearly. You hear when you stop, when you say the same word again, or when your grammar is not quite right. Vlogging helps you see these things so you can fix them, and it makes you feel more confident. Every time you start recording, you try something new. With each vlog you make, you feel more comfortable, and being afraid to speak English in real life starts to go away. This is what Speak Up is about, helping you share your thoughts and grow by making videos. Your vlogs are more than just practice. They show how hard you work and how much you are learning. Think of them as a special book of your English learning. They show how far you have come. You might even meet other people who are learning English, people who speak English well, or people who like the same things you do. Vlogging can lead to new friends and new ideas. Vlogging helps you learn more than just speaking English. You learn to think clearly, explain things well, and talk to people. These are important skills for school, work, and life. Learning to vlog helps you believe in yourself, keep getting better, and truly enjoy learning. This skill will help you even after you are good at English. So what do you do now? The most important thing is to start. Don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect camera, or the perfect words. Your first vlog does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be made. Remember, start with short videos. 1 or 2 minutes is great. Choose something easy to talk about. Your day, your favorite food, something you saw. Focus on talking, not on making the video look fancy. The goal is to practice. And most of all, be nice to yourself. Be proud of every video you make. Try to make vlogging a regular part of how you learn. Even once a week can help a lot. Doing it often is key. This is your path. Change the ideas, find what works for you, and make vlogging your own. Learning English is a journey, and vlogging is now one of your best helpers. Enjoy the learning, find new things, and keep speaking. I know that if you keep vlogging, you will get much better at speaking English and feel more confident. So, get your camera, find your voice, and start vlogging. The world wants to hear you. Have fun vlogging.